Hi there, Mr. Sutton here with the IM3 Honors 4-3 Part 1 homework solutions on the quadratic formula.
For number 1, using the quadratic formula, we see this is already in standard quadratic form, so we just have to write out the a, b, and c value and plug it into our formula. So here's our quadratic formula, and our a value, that's going to be the invisible 1 here. B is -6, c value of 8. So then we've got -6 plus or minus square root of -6 quantity squared minus 4 times 1 times 8 all over 2 times 1. And let's start simplifying this. So we got 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 32 all over 2. Well, this is just the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So now we just have 6 plus or minus 2 over 2. And since it is possible to combine 6 and 2, we have to do so. So I'll do the negative part first. We've got 6 minus 2, which is 4 over 2. And that can be reduced to just 2. So that's one of our answers. And then we also have 6 plus 2, which is 8 all over 2, which can be reduced to 4. For number 2, using quadratic formula, we see this is already in standard quadratic form. So here's our formula, and let's write out the a, b, and c. For a, we've got the 2 out in front. For b, we have an invisible -1. For c, we have a not-so-invisible -1. And let's plug it all in. So that's going to be -1 plus or minus square root of -1 squared minus 4 times 2 times -1 all over 2 times 2. So that's 1 plus or minus square root of 1. And let's see here. This will be a positive, so plus 8 all over 4. So this is 9 inside the square root. Square root of that is 3. So we have 2 different branches to do. We have 1 minus 3, which is -2 all over 4. And we can reduce that to -1/2. So there's one answer. For the other answer, we've got 1 plus 3, which is 4, all over the 4 down here. So that reduces to 1. For number 3, we are already in standard quadratic form, decreasing order of exponents and 0 on one side. So let's write our formula and figure out a, b, and c and plug it all in. For a, we've got an invisible 1 out here. B is a -5. C is -2. So we've got x equals -5 plus or minus square root of -5 squared minus 4 times 1 times -2 all over 2 times 1. So that's +5 out in front plus or minus square root of 25 plus 8 all over 2. That's square root of 33. Square root of 33, we can't really simplify that at all. So that's actually going to be our final answer, 5 plus or minus radical 33 all over 2. For number 4, before we can use the quadratic formula, we have to put this in standard quadratic form. So let's subtract the 2x and add the 3 to get it over to the left side. And now we've got it in decreasing order of exponents and all zeroed out. So now here's our quadratic formula. And the a value now will be 6. B value will be -2, which we would not have realized if we didn't move this 2 over here. And then C value is +3. Plugging that in, we've got -2 plus or minus square root of -2 minus 4 times 6 times 3 all over 2 times 6. So that's going to be +2 outside plus or minus square root of 4 minus, well, now let's see here. We've got 4 times 6 is 24, times 3 is 72, and then we have 12 on the bottom. 4 minus 72, that's going to be -68. And we're definitely going to have to simplify this square root a little bit. At the very least, we can take an I out because we have a negative inside the radical. We can go a little bit further, though. 68 is divisible by 4. We can split this up into 4 times 17. So then we could write this as 2 plus or minus 2i radical 17 all over 12. And since 2, 2, and 12 are all divisible by the common factor of 2, we can reduce this a little bit more, divide each of these by 2. So this will be 1 plus or minus 1i, or just I, radical 17, all over 6.